Give me what I want. Give me what I want. You know what I want. Give me what I want, or I'm going to continue to hurt people you love. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. You know what I want. You just don't want to give it to me. Give it to me. Give me what I want.
We're going to give you what you want.
That's not what I want.
Well, Batista there saying that's not what I want is pretty much a good way to really introduce and talk about this topic at hand. That this special late night Let's Talk Pop episode is going to talk about. This is episode 20 of Let's Talk Pop. Yes, I know it's 20 episodes, and it should be a bigger episode than usually is, but I'm not doing it for the 20th episode. Maybe for the 25th or 30th episode, I'll make it a bigger episode, more a special episode. Maybe more likely the 30th episode, whenever that is. Whenever that hits. Okay? 21 is still coming along Wednesday. Okay? I know this. I know. Okay, I know. Okay, where am I? Okay. So the 21st episode is going to happen Wednesday. That's our schedule. The 22nd episode, as of right now, is tentative for Saturday, and we're going to be talking about on Saturday. Obviously, we're going to finally talk about the last episode of season 3, chapter 24. Is it 24? I think it's. I'm not. I forget. I think it's 24 of the Mandalorian. That's going to be the season finale episode for Mandalorian on Let's Talk Pop 22. And then we'll probably take a break from doing spoiler reviews for a few weeks until Guardians comes out. Guardians will be definitely in the next spoiler review. So be on the lookout for that. Okay? The last strike happened in 2000 and 2008 or 2009. And it's been almost 2 decades since the last strike. So no, not 5 the past 10 years. And it has nothing to do. It's the advancements in Hollywood towards new things. But we're going to talk about this in a bit. Blinded, get on here. I know it's your brother's birthday, but you don't care about your brother. You don't care about your brother. Get on here. Get on here. I invited you. Did I put this in? Okay. No, maybe you feel that way, but the last one was over a decade ago. Okay. Let you all know, I'm not planning to go long. I'm planning to end this at midnight in 40 minutes. Or maybe even earlier. Depends how much we have to say. Yes, I think I will talk to him about the Jonathan Majors things on Wednesday. I think I'm going to save Jonathan Majors, his agency dropping him to Wednesday. We'll talk about that Wednesday. Right, I have the Wednesday stream set up, but the thumbnail is all placeholder right now with Knuckles. Knuckles. Okay. I don't know what else. What else is there? What else is there? Maybe I'll talk Power Rangers too. I'm actually gonna watch the Power Rangers on Netflix, April 19th. Oh, Mortal Kombat starting to film soon, and also, yeah. Well, but we're gonna, and that's we're gonna talk about more of a happier note on Wednesday. Well, might be happier, might not be. And here's my buddy Degrassi. Oh no. They really need to rework the whole system, right? Obviously, right? 98%. Yes, I know it's 97.85% of the members, of the total percentage of the members signed off on this. But I rounded it up to 80 to 98%. Okay? That's a lot. It's not perfect, not unanimous. Unanimous means it has to be 100%. But you could tell overwhelmingly that they all pretty much agreed to this. Now, this is not a strike, guys. Let's let you know. They're not going to be picketing at the front of the studios. Just give us more money, whatever. They're not going to be doing that or anything like that. Tomorrow, they might not even do that when they go on strike. So this is not a strike. This is a vote to authorize a strike. What it means is when the deal is up May 1st, they'll get a deal done between now and then. On May 1st, all the members will be striking. Yeah, temporary at least. Yeah. Eventually, you can. A strike is happening. Like if anybody thinks a strike is not happening, then they're not really. Paying attention. Here's the thing, Degrassi. A lot of this stuff has been flying under the radar. Really, right? If I know you've been paying attention to it, but it's a lot. But people the people in my community, and you're part of the community, but this has been flying under the radar, right? Which is a bad thing, right? Right? Which is a bad thing, right? Like with this stuff flying under the radar is dangerous, and this clearly is. Oh, it's happening. I'm saying it's happening. It's happening. And not a lot of people have brought it up. I know John Campia had brought it up on his YouTube channel, his stream a week ago. And this was a ticking time bomb that nobody was really talking about. Okay, not much. People were investigating this. Obviously knew about it. I know you knew about Degrassi. Obviously the studios knew, the Writers Guild knew. I bet everybody knew in the industry, but it's being kept kind of quiet, right? But as we get closer, it's starting to make some noise because when something this quiet and this deadly serious, really, really serious, gets to a point where the future of Hollywood production right now in America, they're panicking. Where was okay? So as we got closer, it started to make noise. This was a ticking time bomb. Okay, and this ticking time bomb, for example, 10 minutes, nothing. Oh yeah, there's no budging. They're taking shots at each other. You can see those quotes, Degrassi. They're taking shots at each other. That's what they usually do in these negotiations. They always take shots at each other, right? Saying this side is being unreasonable, this side is being unreasonable. They're taking shots. That's what they do, right? Knowing eventually they're going to have to get a deal done, work together, but they feel like each side insulted each other, it's but this was like a ticking time bomb. It's gotten to a point where this is going to go off. And May 1st, it's definitely when it's going to blow. Okay? You could keep writing, yeah, right? You could keep writing, right? Technically, you could keep writing. But can you submit, right? Can you submit your script, your write, whatever, to the studio if you're part of the union? And remember, you saw in Favreau, right? The Director Guild, right? Let's see. The DGA, the Directors Guild of America, right? Right? Let me see. Degrassi, you gave me the list. When DGA, that's a list, but okay. The GGA start negotiations on May 10th of this year, right? But it expires on their contract expires on the 30th of June, right? So if they go on strike, that's the directors, okay? Now SAG, the Actors Guild of America, begin negotiations. I'm sorry, Geek. I'm sorry, Tony. I was planning to do this. But does it? If that's so, but does it? Is it still frowned upon, Degrassi? Like, it's like you could do this, but we really don't want you to, But the SAG, the Actors Guild, right? Their negotiations begin on the 7th of June, and their contract ends the same date as the Directors Guild. So they're going to end on the same day as Directors Guild. Now that's potentially three big unions on strike at the same time. And let me tell you, this strike, it could take. I think it's a very good chance. It'll take all summer. Right? What do you think, Degrassi? Do you think it's going to take all summer? Spring and summer? I know, Tony. I know. Okay. So that means they're not even close, right? Because I know from sports, hockey and baseball mostly. I know from sports they begin negotiations a year before the CBA, but the CBA just got ratified NBA. There was pretty much nothing going on with the NBA union and then the NBA PA in hello Anthony and the NBA. There was no ill will right now. Things are good in NBA, so they really didn't need to go to a strike or a lockout. Baseball just came out of lockout last year. Some stuff the union didn't like, and some stuff the owners didn't like. They eventually worked out a deal. NHL hockey had two big lockouts in the past 20 years. I remember 2004, 2005. It was horrible. Okay, the whole hockey the first thing the lockout was in 2004, 2005 was all about a salary cap, a hard cap, not a soft cap, a hard cap. The NHLPA didn't want one, the owners did, right? I think some owners did. I'm pretty sure the rich owners didn't. I'm pretty sure owners of the Toronto Maple Leafs, the New York Rangers, of the wealthy teams probably didn't care before a hard cap. But the teams that are in markets that don't have the kind of market the kind of market in the city you're in, like a big city thing. Yeah, I can see why they wanted a salary cap. Whatever. And they eventually got the salary cap because players cannot go 2 years without a paycheck. Okay, same with the law. Same with the baseball lockout. You cannot. They could go. You can't. You can't go 2 years. 1 year, then maybe you could risk it, right? 2 years, you can't go without a paycheck because in the lockout you don't get paid. You don't get paid. And I think it's strike you don't get paid. You know, I don't know if you know this. Degrassi, you might know this. Back in 1994, remember that you know? I know you know sports. I know you don't talk about, but I know you know sports. Back in '94, remember the MLB, the baseball strike? They had a season, and then they went on strike in August of that year. Did you know they played without a CBA? Right? Did they not? They played with a CBA. That's okay, George. You don't have to. Screw. Okay. So in '94, the players played most of the season up to August without basically a collective bargaining agreement with the owners. But the players had enough and they decided to go on strike. They eventually got a deal done to start for the '95 season. Spring training was late. The season was a little shortened from 162 games, like a typical season, whatever. Okay. Okay. Now, there's optimistic people. That's a better capacity for Degrassi, but I think all the films that are scheduled to release in the spring and summer are fine. Okay? If they've done production and all of that, everything is done and they're ready to be basically shipped out to theaters. Oh yeah, man, they had those. That must have been rare, man. Rare to get. So, I think the movies in spring and summer might be fine. Maybe winter, maybe fall, maybe. But I think those will be fine. I think stuff that's filming right now. Let's remember, this is America, okay? It's America. Stuff being filmed in America, okay? Okay? But I think stuff that's being filmed right now might be, and they plan to go production till whenever. They might be in jeopardy. Not, they might not be canceled. They might be in jeopardy. Look. The Marvel stuff is being filmed right now. It could be postponed and possibly they'll be postponed, but not going to be canceled. Okay. I know in the past strike there's been stuff that's been canceled. The Marvel stuff might be postponed, but won't be canceled. And they might go to other cities to shoot their film. They don't always shoot in America, okay? They don't always shoot in America if Marvel. I wouldn't be surprised if since really the DCU hasn't really started yet, you can shoot in other countries, not America. So they might be Marvel might pretty much, yeah. Yeah, the studios are prepared for it. Yeah, like obviously they knew this might be this possibility was coming. Obviously, so they knew about it. They're it's not something that came out of blue. Obviously, right? They're gonna try their best to get the stuff out on time, right? So the Marvel stuff might be delayed, and I mean there's already hints of the Marvel stuff being pushed back anyway. This just might not exactly push it back even more. It just might just join it. Just basically say, we're gonna push this back. We're planning to push these movies back. Okay, so and these shows back, right? A lot of people are convinced the Marvel stuff is gonna be pushed back once again. It was really gonna be pushed back. The DCU stuff, the Batman might be delayed. I mean, they haven't started filming, but it might be delayed. The Penguin show might be postponed, but the James Gunn stuff, James Gunn could write. Whoever is writers on his other stuff, they can write. They just can't really if they want to, they can give it to Warner Brothers. That stuff won't be canceled. It just won't be. It just won't be turned in, and it could change depending on how long the strike is. It could change the date for Superman Legacy and the Batman 2 stuff like that for all the DCU stuff. 2025 might be the beginning of the new James Gunn DCU. It might be pushed back. Okay, Star Wars stuff. They announced a bunch of Star Wars stuff. It push back too. A lot of stuff is. It could be. The writer. I mean, even Degrassi. Even the cinematographers. This is a Georgia stat. And editors also want to go on strike too. It's like basically everybody is involved in production of film is planning to go on strike. Deals are up and say they're planning to go on strike. Yeah, San Diego Comic-Con could be could be very bare. Yeah, that's true. Perfect true. Being like, yeah. I see your point here. It could. Things that they have in development and be like, you know what? Let's cut this. Let's cut this. And guys, this does not affect video games or comic books or animation. They're not. But okay, I'm not. Okay, it's not affected. They're not part of the Hollywood Guild. They're not part of. What was I gonna say? Unions in Hollywood. What was I gonna say? RAG. They're not part of RAG. RAG is in Hollywood. Where's of America Guild? Yeah. They're not part of that. So don't worry about video games. Video games are not going to be on strike. Okay? Now, the thing of issue with video games, the actors may not be able to work on film and TV shows, but they could possibly still work with video games. If they want to do their voice or mocap. Because video games are not part of. They might still be part. They're obviously going to be part of SAG, but it's not them. I mean, but they're not going to be working with this. I hope so. But they're not part of the Hollywood. Like video games. I mean, I would consider video games Hollywood. But legally they're not. I mean, I'm putting video games in Hollywood now, man. I'm sorry. But they can still technically voice for video games, right? Wherever, right? But video game. But a lot of voice actors I'm pretty sure are part of SAG. You can actually correct me if I'm wrong about this. A lot of voice actors are part of SAG, aren't they? So don't worry. Comics are fine. Comics are not affected. You'll still see being comics written coming out. They're not. It's not going to be. It's going to be fine. I mean, I can see. So this has nothing to do with animation, comics, and video games. It's a totally different story. Oh. I don't know, man. So maybe it could affect video games. Maybe. Blandon's not going to come in. Blandon went and explain something to a friend of mine on here. Now, what's the cause for the main reason? Two reasons. What's the main two reasons for this potential strike from the writers? One, streaming. streaming became so. I mean, streaming was popular for a little bit, but if you really, streaming was on the rise, but it didn't become on a didn't have a big rise, a huge rise until the pandemic. The studios were playing for streamings, right? They were playing the streaming services, Disney Plus, HBO Max or Max, and all the other. They're playing for streaming services, but it really became big in the pandemic, right? Because a lot of people, the only thing you could do is basically stream. Netflix, HBO Max showed a lot of their movies. Their movies are planned to release in theaters on 2021 on HBO Max, pretty much. Disney Plus showed some of the movies on streaming. Black Widow's on streaming. There's a whole controversy with that. Obviously, Mulan. And they had a lot of shows on Disney Plus, HBO, and stuff. Wow, one page. It's probably one big page. I'm sorry, you can't see my hands, but it's probably one big page. Streaming. And let me find a bookmark. I bookmarked something about this. Let me go find it. Let me go find the reasoning. Okay. This is a thread that Degrassi showed me a couple days ago that I bookmark. Okay? Twitter thread. I want to thank Degrassi for this. So, Howard A. Rodman. Who is Howard A. Rodman? Past president. Okay. So he's a writer, basically, and he's past president, okay? You know. Okay. This is a thread for screenwriting Twitter. This is the reason they want to go on strike. So let's go. One reason. Median weekly writer producer pay in television streaming has declined 4% over the last decade. Adjusting for inflation, the decline is 23%. That's a lot. 23% is a lot. That's with inflation. That's a lot. 2. Also, adjusted for inflation, writers or future screenplays have seen their income fall 17% in the last 5 years alone. That's a lot too. That's a lot. 17% in income last 5 years alone. Obviously, the pandemic has something to do with that because about 1 or 2 of those years, obviously, money was very tight, studio-wise, etc. Thank you. Yeah, I know I got a DM. Don't worry, guys. We'll look at it later. 3. Currently, half our series writers work for minimum. So I don't know what the minimum is, but it's the for a screenwriter is, but it's very low, obviously. Even among showrunners, 25% work for minimum. That's a lot. That's really a lot. That's not good. What were once the floors beneath our stars are now the ceilings on our earnings. Oh, see, that's not good. 4. There is a wild late capitalist disparity here between the wealth we create and the wages we are paid. Example, a staff writer on a show with a budget over 10 million episode gets paid $5,302 a week, roughly 1/12 of the percent of the budget. See, here's the thing. I mean, a lot of shows are more than 10 episodes now, right? 10 million episode, right? A lot of shows are now worth the budget are more than. I mean, shows now. Some of the great big shows are more than a movie per episode, right? Some shows, like movies, were like 100 to 300 million budget. Some shows are about that. I mean, some shows are. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure Lord of the Rings was like 25 million a show. I don't remember. I remember it's pretty big. Okay. I still love to get paid that much a week anyway, guys. Okay. Ask me how I know this. 5. Can they afford it? As just one example, look at Netflix business model. They hold 2,300,000 credit card numbers. This each month, reliable, repeated monthly. They bank more than, oh my God. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's a billion, right? 2.6. Oh my god. I'm gonna botch that number. Was that 2.6 billion, whatever? I don't know. There's at every turn the risk is offloaded onto us. Okay. Rather hashtag pre-WGA at consumer on screen college or simply a believer in the value of labor. Support the Writers Guild of America and the Writers Guild. Vote yes to empower your negotiators. If this tells you the things you did not know, please retweet. Okay. So that's what they're fighting for. Okay. Okay. Also, that's also. I gotta reply to somebody. Okay. Sorry, man. I'm just on the phone. Okay. Two. AI. AI is gonna be studios, all that stuff. You're gonna use AI. Why? Because it's cheaper, right? It's cheaper to use an artificial intelligence instead of paying someone. Because with AI, you don't need to pay. Obviously, right? You don't need to pay a bunch of writers doing this, or right? Obviously, but I understand why the writers should be scared and not want this to happen. Because it's livelihood. They don't want their livelihood to be taken away. Also, like, I'm on the writer's side for this. This is my job. I don't want some AI doing my job for me, coming up with my stuff. Wow, that's pretty good. I want to get 10K a week. Apparently, you can monetize yourself on YouTube on Twitter now. It's strange now. Apparently, you can monetize yourself on Twitter now. So obviously they don't want AI to replace them. It's like, have you seen movies where AI robots take place of human jobs? Right? Our jobs become lazy. With AI doing their job, it'll be less and less. Yeah, because they're afraid of studios. Well, obviously, I can see what you mean. They would want to use AI for themselves, but they don't want the studios to use AI because they want to be paid by the studios, right? They want to have job. They want to write for the studios, right? The studios, in this case, studios do not need any writers. They just use AI to write for themselves. But I can see why the writers want to use AI. What's the point of having writers if a studio could just use AI, right? It's like, I told you guys, AI is dangerous. It's dangerous. Artificial intelligence will take away jobs, your livelihood. Terminator is going to happen. James Cameron knows the future. iRobot. You see iRobot? What happens in iRobot? With Will Smith? Blade Runner? Star Wars? Okay? Support the little guys here. Studios are greedy, blah, blah, blah. If they could pay someone cheap or not at all, they would do it. Okay? They would do it. They would find a way. They would do it. If I was a studio, if I could use AI to write for my stuff, why would I want to hire a physical human being to write for me? If I could use AI, why would I do that? I could, right? If I ran a studio. Hell, why do I need Jeff Loveless to write Kang Dynasty if I could just use AI to write it for me, to do it for me. Hey, Jeff Loveless, you're fired from Kang Dynasty. I'm just gonna use the AI. And maybe the AI might do a better job. I don't know. I don't know. So, this is gonna be. Oh, yeah, because I could definitely see that because in terms, and they want to get somewhere, and they're willing to do anything to get somewhere, right? Right, and it should be paid, right? It should be paid and credited too. It should be paid and credited. Crediting, I mean, obviously you need being paid for whatever you do, but you also should be credited for what you write, right? People. When somebody sees their names in the credits, they take it to heart. It's really something special to them. And I mean, I don't think it's as special as to the actors or directors because they're almost in every single credits that the movies are in. But when somebody is not it's not an actor or director or whatever, when you see their name in the credit, it's special to them. It's special to them. Being credited it's just a special feeling. It's big to them. And when you're credited and stuff, it takes notice. Oh, for a fact, like, Degrassi knows this. I know this. Comedians, they have ghostwriters. They have people that write their jokes. Most of their jokes are not even written by them. They have somebody that writes their jokes for them. Oh, really? A ghostwriter, right? For books. I know for books they have them. A lot of comedians have ghostwriters. A lot of comedians don't even make up their own jokes. They have somebody who does it for them. And they don't get credited, the ghostwriters. I really think they should get credited. I'm sorry. They came up with the work. They just got paid and should get credited. It's their work. It's really their work, not yours. Their work. I know a young and up-and-comer is doing just to get noticed. I know. But I think the best way to get noticed for a young up-and-comer is to actually be credited. I think if somebody that's a veteran in the business could help credit a younger up-and-comer, then it really helps them. Okay? I know the bigger guy. I know most of the time the bigger guys have the egos, but they should really help the smaller guys. Yeah, I mean, I should have done that. I know, right? Jon Stewart, the Jon Stewart. Everybody in that show had writers for him. I mean, all of tonight's shows had writers for them, right? They didn't come up with their own jokes. Right? They didn't come up with their own jokes. The jokes in the teleprompter, man. It's already been written for them. It's in the teleprompter. And they all work in the room together, obviously. They come with the best jokes. I should have done this. I should have done this. $50. Hey, if this is the case, Degrassi, if I knew about this, I would do it like every day. Oh, $50 a joke? You have to pay $50 a joke? Yeah, I'm not surprised. And I'll say this: most stand-up comedians these days, I kind of agree with Blinded to some extent. They're not as funny as they once were. I think they try to do too much shock humor, and they try to be too much. They try to be too filthy, too uncensored. Now just to get a laugh. Oh, Willie! Damn, I wouldn't. Thank you, George. George, I hope you're able to come Wednesday to join my stream Wednesday. And I'm doing a sports stream tomorrow. I've always been someone that's willing to help the smaller person, okay? And I know Hollywood is not always like that. You have to look out for yourself, but it just makes you a good person, okay? It just makes you a good person. Same in sports, okay? A lot of comedians, I'll say this, a lot of comedians, I know Degrassi, you have friends who are comedians or not. A lot of comedians are jerks, are real jackasses. Let me tell you, most of them are jerks. Most of them are not. Most of them are big time jerks. Okay? It's like wrestling. The baby faces back in the, I don't know about now, but the baby faces used to be the assholes, and the heels are always the nice people. They're nice guys. The baby faces are nice, were bad. The heels were good in real life, in kayfabe, in non-kayfabe. But a lot of comedians are jerks. Not every comedian. I'm not generalizing, but a lot of them are. Let's see. I don't know if I have anything else to say. If I had to summarize this, conclude this stream, it's gonna be dark spring and summer. If you start seeing, oh really? CBC is not the CBC this news station? Oh wow, yeah, I saw what happened. Yeah, I know. Musk, man, Musk is an idiot. So I have to summarize this. It's gonna be a dark. Like I don't. This is not gonna go a year. They'll get a deal done. Okay. Yeah, what a piece of shit Musk is, man. Musk is willing to everything, man. Musk is an idiot. I'm seriously. How could I be a? Why are billionaires so damn dumb? Why? I'm like Degrassi. There should be a class strictly for billionaires, okay? And the class should be how to be a billionaire 101. I could teach it. I don't know. I can't teach it. I don't know how to be one. So, but yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, yeah. It's just going to be painful. Yeah. That's how these heated negotiations are. They're always painful. We'll get to a point where they're going to be very serious with each other, and they're going to try to work something out, right? Right? This is how it goes. That's how negotiations like this goes. They'll get serious when sociopaths. Yeah. Oh. Thank you. But yeah. I want to do me a favor, like, share, subscribe. Wednesday, Let's Talk Pop, episode 21. We'll talk about Jonathan Majors, agency dropping what it means. Marvel's not letting him go, so don't worry. Okay, Marvel did not let him go. I don't know if they will let him go. He might be let go. Who knows? They did not let him go. Deadline said they didn't let him go. But you'll know it doesn't look good if your agency drops you. It doesn't look good. Okay, I'll just say that. We'll talk about Knuckles. What else is there? I don't know. Mortal Kombat. Mario passed 700 million. And whatever news pops up tomorrow and Wednesday, we'll talk about. Placeholder thumbnail is Knuckles. It's a placeholder thumbnail right now. If there's not a special late night, sometimes a special late night pops up. But Saturday will be even worse, man. Even worse, because psychopaths have no awareness or anything like that. They just don't give a damn. Sociopaths don't give a damn, but they know what they're doing is right or wrong. Like they know what they're doing is right or wrong. Psychopaths don't. That's the thing. That's the difference between a psychopath and a sociopath. Sociopaths justified. Psychopaths don't give a shit. So Wednesday, 21st episode, and Saturday, like I said, will be the finale of The Mandalorian Season 3. Is Yammer the traitor? We'll find out. So once again, like, share, subscribe, comment below, and take care, guys. AWSL.